Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Rohail, and today I will be talking about the roots of American government. So let's start with the ideas behind our way of government. Suppose you were asked to describe the American way of government in only one word. You might very well use one of the following words: Constitution, democracy, republic, liberty, or freedom. You have heard the words liberty and republic in the salute to the American flag. You may have some ideas about what these words mean. However, do you know why they are important to us? Do you know where these ideas for our government came from? To find out, we must go back in time. The ideas of democracy started in another land more than 2,000 years ago. These ideas were carried on and have been added to in the hundreds of years since then. Many of these ideas about democracy were written in the United States Constitution in 1787. In this chapter you will learn how the ideas of democracy, republic, and liberty came about. Those ideas started long before our country was born. Having a vote means having the power to choose. Democracy means government by the people. In a democracy, the people have the power to choose. Democracy is the most important idea behind the American form of government. The power of our government rests with the people. Now let's talk about the democracy in ancient Greece. Many ideas in our government have come from governments of the past. Ancient Greece was the first country to practice democracy. The word democracy comes from a Greek word. More than 2,500 years ago, the people of Greece lived in places called city-states. Each city-state had its own government. The first city-states were ruled by kings. Later, they were ruled by landowners. Some of the landowners became dictators. These were rulers with a complete power over the people. Some dictators ruled fairly and protected the people under their rule. However, others ruled unfairly and selfishly. The people in many city-states needed a say in their government. To gain this, they removed the dictators from power. Some new government allowed citizens to vote on the laws. Every adult male could vote in the laws of his city-state. Women, young men, and slaves had no vote. Some of the Greek ideas are used in American government today. In the United States, all adult men and women can vote. The Greek city-states were fairly small. When questions of government came up, anyone who had the right to vote could voice his opinion. The United States is too big for that to take place. However, in some places in our country, the people hold town meetings. At these town meetings, the citizens practice the Greek way of democracy. Everyone who wants to speak gets a chance. One history fact is that the women in the United States did not always have the right to vote. In 1920, a law was passed giving all adult women the same voting rights as men. We will be back after this commercial.
Welcome back, folks. We will now start talking about the representative democracy in ancient Rome. Like the Greeks, the Romans also practiced democracy. However, Rome was a very large city-state. It was too big for everyone to have a direct say on all government questions. So the Romans elected people to represent them in the government. This practice is called representative democracy. Another name for this kind of government is a republic. Not all citizens had equal rights. In Rome, as in Greece, only adult, free men could vote. The Romans had two groups, or classes, of men. Rich landowners made up the higher class. The lower class included the workers, farmers, and merchants, sellers of goods. Every year, the rich landowners elected two men to lead the country. These two leaders could veto or forbid each other's decisions. For the government to act, both leaders had to agree. The Romans feared that one leader might try to become a dictator. A dictator might easily forget the well-being of the people. The Roman leaders shared power with two governing bodies. One was called the Senate, It was made up of 300 of the most powerful men in the land. They were chosen by the two leaders to advise them. Once a man became a senator, he kept that job for life. The other body was called the Assembly. It was made up of citizens who wrote rules that became Roman laws. Members of the Assembly also elicited the government's two main leaders. We will be back after this commercial. Welcome back. Let's talk about the Rome's written laws. Rome back me so big that its laws and rules were written into codes. A code is a collection of rules concerning one subject. The codes had rules to settle fights between citizens. The code also had rules for carrying out trade. The Romans were not the first people to have written codes. However, their codes became a very large set of laws. Here are a few ancient Roman laws. You can cut down your neighbor's tree if the wind bends it over your land. If you hurt your neighbor's arm, you must pay the doctor bill or have your arm cut off. You must fix the road in front of your own land. If it is not kept up, then anyone may drive animals and carts across your land. Today in the United States, we practice many of the Roman ideas of government. We practice a representative democracy by electing our leaders. The leaders make the laws and carry out the work of government. The Roman idea of veto is a power held by the United States President. The President can veto new laws. We also carry on the idea of written laws. The United States Constitution is a set of written laws. The idea of a Senate is also used in our government. We call the United States the upper house of our elected lawmakers. Like the Romans, we have an upper and a lower group of lawmakers. Let's talk about English law from the mother country. The United States became an independent nation in 1776. Before that, our land was a group of English colonies. Many English ideas of law and government became part of the immersion system of government. This is not surprising. The colonies were under English law for more than 150 years. Okay, well, that is all, folks. Thank you for watching. Bye.